Dear students, for the last class, we have discussed about the different type of identification, classification, and systematic. That means that are undergoes under the taxonomy and systematic. Now, in this video, we have discussing about some important topics that is nomenclature. तो ये जो वीडियो रे हमें डिस्कशन करिबा व्हाट इज nomenclature. What is nomenclature? We have already know the definition of nomenclature. In simple definition, the nomenclature is known as the naming system. What are the criteria for the naming system? We have discussed briefly. What is nomenclature? Who have discovered? What are the problem arises to derive this? Okay, let's start the nomenclature. What is nomenclature? There is a great variation in the common names of a species due to the different language. In our country or in the worldwide, there will be a lot of languages are available, and there will be some common languages are available that by which the different animals or the humans can talk to each other. So it is difficult to the any scientist to know about a particular organism. Just example, I can give small example is that in English, the pig is called as pig, or in the if that common name that is in Odia language it is called as ghusri, or in the Telugu language it is called as pandi. So it is difficult to the any scientist or any person to know the all about the language. If this is the small example, if this is it is difficult task for the any person, jekonosi person pai eta gote difficult task to know the every language and what are the common names. So there will be a lot of organisms are present in our worldwide, so it is difficult to the any scientist to identify a particular organism by their common name. So they will be discussing about the problem and they can do a one solve. We have discussed in the last video that nomenclature means it is the naming system by internationally accepted names. ओके तो एठी हमर कोन कहथि लास्ट वीडियो रे हम डिस्कशन करथिले नोमेनक्लेचर माने कहिला हमर कोन ए जो जति कि सब हमर इंटरनेशनली वर्ल्ड वाइड सब जाक एक्सेप्टेड लैंग्वेज रे हम कोन करिवा नेमिंग करिवा तो से माने ई जो प्रॉब्लम एराइज सबरु सेथिरे से माने सॉल्व करिया पई किछि गुडे बाहर करचंदी तो कोन कहला देयर इज ए ग्रेट वेरिएशन इन द कॉमन नेम ऑफ ए स्पीशीज ड्यू टू द डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस सो इट इज नेसेसरी. So this is necessity to give a common internationally accepted name which is recognized only where in the world. So due to the different common languages, so a person cannot identify a particular organism. गोटे particular organism को विभिन्न प्रकार जेतु common name the different common name of a particular organism, so it is difficult. So they have decided it is necessary एटार आवश्यकता पड़िला बाध्य पड़िला आवश्यक पड़िला they have give a common name every organism to give a common name. That common name is called as scientific name due to the name was given by the different scientists and professors, so that they have decided to give a particular common name to a particular organism by internationally accepted naming system. तो सेमाने decide कले गोटे particular organism for a particular organism a particular name we they have given and that name will be accepted by worldwide. सेही name को कौन करा हबो accepted करा हबो total worldwide accepted करिवो तो सेटा को सेमाने decide करी कौन कले they have give a internationally accepted name सेति पई बोली सेमाने कौन कले गोटे internationally accepted name देले which is recognized only where in the world. तो एटा को recognize कला कोन जेकोनसी in each part of the world that you go and give a particular organism by their scientific name, they can easily identified. Otherwise, if we can use the different type of common names, it is very difficult. So that it is decided that every organism that we have discovered giving a particular scientific name. Okay, next. So that nomenclature can be defined as, this is the definition, this is the definition of the nomenclature. तो सेथि पय बोली हमर कोन आवश्यक पड़ला, हमर आसिला आवश्यकता रहिला nomenclature सेथि पय आवश्यक पड़िला, जेतु नेमिंग करबा हमें नामकरण करबा गोटे ऑर्गेनिज्म रो, तो सेथि पय कोन कले, सो दैट nomenclature can be defined as the application of distinctive name. गोटे नेम नामकरण पर for a particular name, what are their applications to each of the groups. Each and every groups we can give a particular name recognized in the classification. ये जो हमें जो नामकरण करिया, the name that we can give to a particular organism or a particular group of organism, that will be helpful or recognized by any classification. जेकोनोसी classification पढ़िले बा जेकोनोसी कंट्री रे भी हमें गले, जेकोनोसी जोठी गले मध्ये हमें कोन हबो, सेही जो इजीली हमें ता कोन करि परिबा, रिकॉग्नाइज करि परिबा. That means we can identify that we have discussing about a particular organism, so we can easily identify that. So they have decided to give the naming system or give the name to a particular organism by two letter word. से माने decide कले जे गोटे organism को कोन करिवा, नामकरण करिवा by giving two letter word, दीटा letter word रे हम कोन करिवा ताको naming करिवा, so that they can started the all over the scientists will started a system which is known as binomial nomenclature. से माने कोन गोटे स्टार्ट कले गोटे nomenclature would start kale, that means they can started the naming to a group of organism by two letter word, so that they can give the name, that is binomial nomenclature. By mane kono, two, due to the name was given by the two letter word, so that they can give the name or the term binomial nomenclature. What is binomial nomenclature? In this world there are thousands of language. So a single animal cannot be identified or recognized by any scientist, or it is difficulty to the any person or the any scientist or the any professor to identify the particular organism. So they decided to give a particularly internationally accepted naming system or internationally accepted name to a particular organism. So a single animal, jaha phal re जेकोनोसी गोटे सिंगल एनिमल हैज डिफरेंट नेम अकॉर्डिंग टू द टाइप ऑफ लैंग्वेज. जस्ट आई कैन गिव ए एग्जांपल लाइक दैट, जेहेतु डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज रे बहुत गुडे लैंग्वेज अछि एवं बहुत गुडे लैंग्वेज रे गोटे ऑर्गेनिज्म को बहुत प्रकार नाम रे बा बहुत प्रकार भाषा रे हमें कोन करछे ताको नामित करूचे. सेथि पय बोली कि से माने कोन कले, डिसाइडेड कले, तो एई सबटा हम तो डिफिकल्ट होची, जो कंट्री को गले से कंट्री रो डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज अछि, तो सेति पय एटा कोन करिया, गोटे ऑर्गेनिज्म को पार्टिकुलरली हम कोन करिया, गोटे पार्टिकुलर नेम दबा, जो नेम टाइ कोन हबो इंटरनेशनली वर्ल्ड वाइड सेटा कोन करा जिवो, एक्सेप्टेड करा जिवो. सो द साइंटिस्ट कार्लोस लिनस हला नै, ई जो हमर जो साइंटिस्ट रहले कार्लोस लिनस started naming an animal in a scientific way. से कोन स्टार्ट कले, नामकरण करिया स्टार्ट कर देले हला. काको नामकरण करिया, टू ग्रुप ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म हला ने, से जो ग्रुप ऑफ द ऑर्गेनिज्म मानन को नामकरण स्टार्ट कले बाय द साइंटिस्ट कार्लोस लिनस स्टार्टेड द नेमिंग ऑफ द एनिमल इन अ साइंटिफिक वे according to their scientific name or according to their characteristic or according to their function or according to their habitat. तो सेटा ଗୋଟେ क्राइटेरिया को नै कि ताको नामकरण करा हेछि by the scientific way, which he thought, से भाबिले जे will be accepted by all the scientists. The thing that will be started by the Carlos Linnaeus, they will started the naming to a particular organism according to their characteristic, according to their habitat or according to their ecosystem. Say they can started the naming, and that naming system will be accepted by the all over the scientists. से जो नेमिंग सिस्टम को कोन करा गला, ऑल ओवर द साइंटिस्ट सेटा कोन कले, एक्सेप्टेड कले. तो देखो कोन कहिछि, ही नेम्ड, से स्टार्ट कले नेमिंग nomenclature, so that the Carlos Linnaeus give that term, that is nomenclature. से कोन कले, नाम देले, he named nomenclature nomenclature is nothing but I can already told or frequently told that it is called as a naming system. Naming, namakarana kariba. The animal with two letter word. By means two. Two letter word, that is by means two. Names means nominal, that is the naming. In such type of nomenclature, only two names were considered. এই जो प्रकार nomenclature started कले हमरो कार्लस लिनस एई केस रे हमरो कोन हला ओनली टू लेटर नेम रे कोन करा हला गोटे ग्रुप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म मानन को नामकरण करिवाटा स्टार्ट करा गला. So what are the two letter word and what are the meaning? The first name is the generic name. এই जो first name जोटा की दिया हबो गोटे organism को, that is the their generic name and which is known as genus. सेटा हमें कोन बोली कहबा genus बोली कहबा. तो कोन कहला the first name is the generic name or the name of the genus. बस सेटा हमें कोन बोली कहबा genus बोली मध्ये हमें कहि परिबा हला. The name which is called as generic name or which we can call as genus, that which the species belongs, जोटारे की से जो species ता belongs करूची हला नै. The first word of the first name which will be given by the binomial nomenclature, which is the generic name or the genus by which a species can belongs. The second word or the second name is the name of the species and the second name is the name of the species. Second name टा हम कोन बोले कहा गला name of the species. I can give one example that the tiger. The scientific name of the tiger is Panthera and tigris is the species. Okay, I can write that. Okay, dear students, there are some example of the binomial nomenclature. Some example of binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature रो किछटा example देखो दिया हला. The Carlos Linnaeus which will be started the naming to the system, that is for the tiger. Tiger by they can give a name, particular scientific name, that is the Panthera tigris. The second one is the for the lion, they can giving the name Panthera leo. That means the Panthera is the genus and leo is the species. Okay, that is the two letter word. It is a two letter word. Panthera is the one letter and leo is the one the Panthera is the one word and the leo is the one word. So due to the name was given by the two letter word, so that the name was given as a binomial nomenclature. And here only the two naming to or two words naming system will be accepted. The first one belongs to the genus and the second one belongs to the species and it has some criteria. एइटार कोन रहला किछ गोटे क्राइटेरिया रहला. क्राइटेरिया माने कोन? I have already told that criteria. Just example, in a examination some mark is the criteria by which we can pass or fail, or the what are the division we can classify them. So this is the some, there will be some criteria for the naming of the scientific name given by a particular organism or the scientific name which will be given by the scientist. So सेति पई से कोन कले किछ गोटे क्राइटेरिया से तार मेंशन कले. कोन कला the naming system will be started by some criteria, that is the binomial nomenclature. The binomial nomenclature giving the name, given the name in two letter in two letter word. तो से फर्स्ट क्राइटेरिया कौन कले जदि बायनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर अनुसार नामकरण करा जाउछि ताहले सेही ऑर्गेनिज्म का हमें दुईटा लेटर वर्ड रे नामकरण करिबा एंड द नेक्स्ट क्राइटेरिया इज द सेकंड पॉइंट द फर्स्ट वन इज the first word is the genus and the second one is the species. Second criteria कौन रहा फर्स्ट आम जेनस टाको लिखा देन आफ्टर वी कैन राइट द स्पेसीज. नेक्स्ट व्हाट इज द थर्ड क्राइटेरिया द फर्स्ट वर्ड द फर्स्ट letter of the genus is started by a capital letter. देखो कौन कहला थर्ड क्राइटेरिया कौन कहला द फर्स्ट लेटर ऑफ द जेनस रो सब बेले फर्स्ट लेटर टा सब बेले कोन रे लिखिबो कैपिटल रे लेटर रे रहिबो माने ई जो पी टा सब बेले कोन रहइबो कैपिटल लेटर एंड following the small letters. Okay, the first letter of the genus is started by a capital letter and the species starts with a small letter. Species टा कोन होइजो हमरा स्मॉल लेटर रे रहिबो. ओके तो इटे कोन गला द फर्स्ट लेटर वर्ड विल बी स्टार्टेड बाय द कैपिटल लेटर एंड द ऑफ द genus and in case of species the first letter will be started with the small letter. The fourth criteria is if it will be written or type in book जदि एटा किछि बुक रे जदि लेखा होउची बा टाइप मरा होउची टाइप होउची then it should be in italic manner. तो जदि हमें जदि एई जो लेटर टा को हमें जदि if we can write in a book जदि हमें एटा को बुक रे लेखुचे बा बुक रे टाइप करा होची then if it will be written or type in a book then it should be in italic manner. एटा कोन रहइबो सब बेले italic manner रहइबो. If you know about the computer system then there will be one term is there or the letter word italic manner, that means they are slightly goes into the right direction भी ये कोन होइतो ढळे हे रहितवे तो एटा कोन बोली कहआ जे हमरा italic manner रे सब बेले कोन रहइबो पांथराइज्ड नेमिंग सिस्टम डा हमरा रहिबो. Then the fifth criteria is if we can write in handwritten जदि हमें यह को हाथ रे लिखुचे then handwritten then the genus and the species written separately. Okay, so if we can written in handwritten then it will be the genus and the species will be written separately and give underline separately. एवं आमे ता कोन करिया पड़ियो जदि हमें हाथ रे लिखुचे जदि if we can write in the pen and paper or if we can write in the handwritten then the genus and the species will be written separately. दुईटी को भिन्न भिन्न लिखियो पड़ियो एवं the underline was given in differently or separately तांको तळे कोन करिया पड़ियो हमें underline दबा पड़ियो. But if we can write if we can type in a book, okay, or by the print, then there is no need of give underline, but it is needed that the scientific name will be given by the italic manner. The next criteria is that the criteria number 6, in which the name was given, the 6th number criteria, the name was given, the name was given by either in it Latin or Greek language. ओके, तो यही जो आमे जदि आमे मध्य जेतोले कि आमे कोन करि परिबानी, सी जो नामकरण टाको आमे मन इच्छा जे कोनोसी लैंग्वेज दे परिबानी, वी कैन नॉट गिव द नेम टू द डिफरेंट लैंग्वेजेस, वी शुड गिव द नेम आइदर इन द लैटिन लैंग्वेज और बाय द ग्रीक लैंग्वेज. ओके, so this is all about your binomial nomenclature. Why this will be applicable, कौन एहार आवश्यक पड़िला binomial nomenclature, and what are the criteria that will give a scientific name, से मानकर कौन कौन criteria रहिला, we can discuss about in this video. There will be so many different type of animals, that is approximately 1.5 to 1.7 millions of animals was given by their, or they will be naming by their scientific name. Just example, in case of tiger, it is called Panthera tigris. In case of lion, it is Panthera leo. In case of human, it is Homo sapiens. Okay, Homo is the genus and sapiens is the species. So, the naming system will be given by 2-letter word, so that it is called as a binomial nomenclature. By giving binomial nomenclature or by the 2-letter wording system, there will be view that there will be a small differentiation or small characteristical changes will be viewed in case of some animals. এই जो binomial nomenclature रे नामकरण करिवा समय रे देखा गला जे किछिटा ऑर्गेनिज्म मानक भितरे सेमानकर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक, सेमानकर हैबिटेट, सेमानकर किछि प्रॉब्लम बा सेमानकर किछि वेरिएशन देखा गला. So that after the binomial nomenclature, the scientist will derive another nomenclature system which is known as trinomial nomenclature. सेटा हमें कौन बोली कहले, trinomial nomenclature बोली कहले. In the trinomial nomenclature system, the criteria is approximately same. Criteria सब बेले same रहउची. In case of binomial nomenclature, the trinomial nomenclature criteria is same, but due to it will be given by the, so that it is called as trinomial nomenclature, and after the third letter word will be placed after the species. Species pore kon रहिबो, से जो third letter word रहिबो, and that is called as subspecies. ताको कोन बोली कहबा हमें subspecies बोली कहबा. So that I can explain what is trinomial nomenclature. Now we have discussed about the trinomial nomenclature. What is trinomial nomenclature? This is nothing but the naming system or the scientific name was given by the 3-letter word. What is the scientific name? The scientific name was given by 3-letter word, so that it is called as trinomial nomenclature. सेति पय एटा कोन गला कुआ गला trinomial nomenclature बोली कुआ गला. Next, the criteria is same as binomial nomenclature. এই जो क्राइटेरिया टा रहिला प्राय पाखापाखि सेम रहिला एज ऑफ द बायनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर एंड ट्राइनोमियल नोमेनक्लेचर बट the third letter word is called subspecies and it is followed by the species comma the first letter also starts start the first letter also start with the small letter. Due to some variation will be viewed in case of some animals or some organisms, we can started the naming system that is called trinomial nomenclature, and in the trinomial nomenclature due to it will be given by the 3-letter word, so that it is called as trinomial nomenclature. The criteria is same as of the binomial nomenclature, but there will be one word is there that is called subspecies and it is followed by the species. Seita kon hoba amara species pore rahiba, and the third letter words, the first letter was started with the small letter, and we can give separate underline them if we can handwritten, and if it will be printed or written in the book, then it is in the italic manner. So this is the criteria of the trinomial nomenclature. I can give one example of the trinomial nomenclature. One example of the trinomial nomenclature is Indian crow. Indian crow ko kon kuagala? Generally it is called Corvus splendens, but due to this some difference in the Indian crow and the Sri Lankan crow and the Brusmij crow, so that the 3-letter was started. It is the Corvus is the genus and splendens is the species, and the subspecies is followed by this species. The criteria, so that the Indian crow was named as a Corvus splendens. This is the subspecies. एटा कोन बोली कहले हमें सबस्पेसीज बोली कहले, एंड इट इज फॉलोड बाय द स्पेसीज. एटा कोन कला हमरा फॉलो कला कागो स्पेसीज को फॉलो कला. इंडियन क्रो कला. नेक्स्ट श्रीलंकन. The Sri Lankan crow is called as Corvus splendens protiglus. एटा कोन गला हमरो श्रीलंकन क्रो कोन बोली कहले हमें Corvus splendens protiglus. The last one is the Brusmij crow. The Brusmij crow is called as Corvus splendens insolens. तो आइडिया तुम कर दे पारलो पिले. So due to there some characteristic will be changes for the different animals according to their climatic condition, so that there will be some variation is there, like so that they will be started the trinomial nomenclature system. Some one example is there. Indian crow is generally called as Corvus splendens in the binomial nomenclature, but due to the some variation, the subspecies will be followed by the species, that is the Corvus splendens. But in case of Sri Lankan crow, it is called as Corvus splendens protiglus. Next one is the Brusmij crow. It is called as Corvus splendens insolens. So that this is all about your binomial nomenclature, trinomial nomenclature, or the nomenclature system, or the how the scientific name was given by a particular organism. This is all about your nomenclature system. Okay, in the next video we have discussed about the what are the criteria and what is the committee who have decided the naming system. ये जो committee को गोटे से committee अच्छी बा किए जे कौन करचंदी जो naming system जाको accepted करूचंदी ये जो criteria जाको, because in all over the world there will be so many scientists are there. So many scientists can research or analysis by a particular organism, and they will be given name as the different way, so that why the all the names are not accepted, only one name is accepted, which is the committee who will be accepted this name, we can discuss about in our next video. Okay, thank you.